Alright, so this is my third and final attempt to finish this video and commenting on it. I've done 2 videos so far, and the last one got cut off because my iPhone ran out of space. So now I'm doing it on a different phone. Alright, here we go.
You know, I think it's fair to say, Anderson, that people know more about me than almost anyone in public life. They've got 40 years of my tax returns, tens of thousands of emails, a detailed medical letter report, all kinds of personal details. And, you know, it's just it's so strange that with all of that information out there, and as soon as it became clear I couldn't power through, we said what was going on.
Yeah, but
Donald Trump is...
Sorry, when you left your daughter's apartment, you said you were feeling great. Obviously, you...
I did. I felt really good, but that didn't mean that I shouldn't rest. And so when I did. I felt 100% better.
But doesn't your handling of this and your campaigns, the refusal to acknowledge what happened until really after that video was circulated, confirm the suspicion of some voters that you're not transparent or trustworthy?
Oh my goodness, Anderson. Compare everything you know about me with my opponent. I think it's time he met the same level of disclosure that I have for years. You've got a medical report on me that meets the same standard as Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. Donald Trump's doctor said he'd be the healthiest president in history. That should...
Are you serious? This is what made me do the video on this video. How is she gonna say... How is she gonna pass this off on Trump? She's the one who's having seizures, falling down, didn't have a press conference for 260 days or so. And now she's saying she has pneumonia, but this has been happening for at least a year, probably way more. But, her opponent isn't being looked into enough. Well, Donald Trump, you can just tell the guy's healthy as anything. Yeah, I think they're both 69 or 70. And Donald Trump is a young 70. Actually, I think he did turn in his medical records. I think I saw something about that today. And he is very healthy. The guy sleeps probably 4 hours a night, tops. I'm like that too, but I don't get as much done during the day. He's a workaholic, and that's a good thing for a president, I think. My dad's a workaholic, and it's not a good thing for our family. But for the President of the United States, yes. And some people can be a workaholic and still be a good family man and be a good person. And I'm not saying my dad's a bad person. I'm saying he doesn't see how his job gets in the way of relationship, things that are more important, I guess. But that's not what we're talking about. Hillary Clinton is a master manipulator, but I really don't think it's working anymore. How could anybody, even my dad, who supports Hillary, he voted for Obama, Kerry, Gore, he's just a Democrat. And one philosophy I have is why middle class, or my dad is upper middle class, I guess, to be Democrats, is because Well, he doesn't give to charity. He thinks that he's doing his part by, voting Democrat, having the social programs, and paying into it in taxes. Even though those programs ruin people, keep them down in society, don't help them build up their lives, their careers. In order to get welfare, you can't have both parents in the home. Social Security is bankrupt. We could have I could have set it up so much better where, every person paid into their own account and then they got their own money back. And however much you paid in, you get back. How hard is that? There is a reason why all this stuff is happening. And honestly, I know a lot of people won't believe me, but Satan is the reason. These people that are telling us what to think and what to do, and they're in charge, are taking their orders from Satan. Some directly, some knowingly, and some unknowingly. Anderson Cooper is a CIA agent, and that's not even classified. You can look that up. I mean, he does throw a lot of softballs, and then he'll throw a lot of hardballs at a Republican, which I'm not. I'm a constitutionalist. But anyway, let's hear what else Hillary has to say. First of all, I want you to see, I just adopted Hillary's cat. Alright.
Not even serious. And I've released nearly 40 years of tax returns. He hasn't released one. This is a man with unknown numbers of partners and investors.
He is being audited.
Who says he's doing 120 foreign deals. The American people deserve to know what he's up to and what he is hiding. So, if we were...
Okay. What Donald Trump is hiding? Donald Trump is doing business as a private businessman. I mean, he's allowed to do foreign deals. Hillary, you were the Secretary of State, and you made people pay into your foundation in order to get meetings with you. You give favors to the Saudis, the Chinese. Are you kidding me? You created ISIS. You and Obama, first by taking the troops out of Iraq the way you did, and then by going into Libya, overthrowing a stable dictator, and putting in the Muslim Brotherhood, who's killed I don't know how many Christians and Muslims, but I know it's thousands, and you ship those guns to Syria, to ISIS. There was a convoy, an ISIS convoy that we knew about, and nobody took it out. And then Hillary goes and blames Trump of working with Putin, and he's so bad, it's the Russians, what is this, 1950? I mean, Putin's actually doing some good stuff. I don't know much about him. I know he was in the KGB. I don't support him or anything. I mean, I'd have to look into it, but he's actually telling people the truth from what I've seen speeches of his. And I would take him over Hillary any day as president. Because it seems like he doesn't want World War III. Hillary wants World War III. She's not scared of World War III. She's not scared of Russia. she's a loose cannon. To say Trump is a loose cannon, Trump does not want war. He wants to build up the military so strong that nobody will attack us. And I think that's an awesome idea. I really do. Because I'm not an interventionist. I'm not an isolationist either. We need free trade. Oh, well, Trump's against free trade, Gary Johnson says, because he does not support TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Well, no. The TPP is basically saying we're going to take the jobs from America that are left in Mexico and send them over to Asia. And America's not going to have any control over any taxes or any... I don't know exactly, but I've heard it from a bunch of different people. I should probably read the TPP, but people I've heard it from, I know are serious and not idiots. You know, Jeff Sessions. I mean, just look at NAFTA. Look at all the other trade deals. These people, I mean, it's so easy. You just trade. That's it. You trade. We don't need these partnerships. Why can't America trade with Russia, England, France, South Africa, Bangladesh, Brazil? Why can't we do that? And why can't America be energy independent when we have the energy? When it's been proving that global warming is not happening? Because that would fix problems. The New World Order's goal is to destroy America. Because America is the last great bastion of freedom in the world, and or the only. And when you take that down, really, when you get their guns, it's over, because there's nothing left to stop us. Or stop them, I mean. Yeah, I only have like 2 minutes left. Let me finish this. And
if we weren't fast enough, I've talked to my staff. We take responsibility for that. But the information is out there. You can't say the same thing about Donald Trump.
Brian Fallon from your campaign said your campaign is going to release more of your records. I know, as you know, probably Donald Trump has said he's now had a physical, I believe, on Friday, and that he's going to release that soon. Will you be releasing more details about your medical history? And do you know how detailed it's going to be, how far it's going to go back? Is it going to be more about what happened in 2012 when you fell and hit your head? Do you know how far it'll go?
Well, we're going to be releasing more information, and I think it's fair to say we've already met the standard of disclosure of past presidential candidates like Mitt Romney and President Obama. We'll have more
Mitt Romney and Obama weren't falling over.
Information about my health in this campaign, as well as nearly 40 years of tax returns. We've already met a high standard of transparency, and we know the least about Donald Trump of any candidate in recent American history. Know virtually nothing about his business entanglements, his foreign investors.
We know more about Donald Trump than any candidate in history. He's been scrutinized more than anybody.
But of everybody else who has sought this job.
The final question, I know both your supporters and probably those who are opposed to you want to know the answer to is, how quickly, when are you going to get back on the campaign trail?
Well, it'll be in the next couple of days. Obviously, I was supposed to rest 5 days. That's what they told me on Friday, and I didn't follow that very wise advice. So I just want to get this over and done with and get back on the trail as soon as possible.
Well, Secretary Clinton, we wish you the best and a speedy recovery. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you. Good to talk to you, Anderson. Thanks a lot.
Release your records. Donald Trump has been scrutinized more than anybody.